Yeah, this Attack. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Let's go.
Yeah, I got that devil on my left and the angel on my right. This game that took a toll and I can't sleep at night.
All right, so we got my boy Atak jumping off the porch with us today, man.
All the way.
Yes, sir. Welcome, man. How you feeling today, bro?
Feeling great. Blessed.
Yes, sir.
Blessed.
Nah, that's what's good, bro. Been covering your music for a while, man, so happy to see you here on the porch, too, man. You finally get to meet you in person, also.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, man. So, all right, so let's take it back. You're originally from Denver, right?
Yeah, well, originally I'm from Illinois, but I moved to Denver when I was a teenager.
Okay, okay.
So, yeah, I represent Denver, though.
For sure, man. So I ain't never been out there, man. Like, I don't know nothing about Denver except for, you know, all the weed and all that shit. That's all everyone wants to talk about. Yeah. So I need you to kind of break down, like, the culture and what's life like really in Denver, man.
I mean, before the gentrification took over, you know, it really took over the city. But before that, you know, it was a lot of culture out there. You know what I mean? You had more Hispanics than anyone, pretty much.
Oh, really?
And then, you know, they started tearing down neighborhoods. Graffiti was always big out there. Had some good hip hop, but we never really had no, you know, people to make it out of Denver and do music or entertainment or anything like that. Not from the city, you know what I mean? So anything that made it out of Colorado wasn't hip hop or, you know, so I think that always held Denver back. Culture, great food, good club, good nightlife, you know what I mean? Like booty clubs, good, you know, beautiful women. It's a good city for sure.
Okay. And how long you been living in Atlanta now?
Off and on for like 10 years.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, right now I've been out here right now for about 1.5 years.
I got you. Was that strictly for the music then that brought you down here, or?
Yeah, music, just to get away too. You know, when, you know, it's a good, like I said, Denver's a good city, but it comes, when you're from there, it's also a little ceiling. So that comes with a lot of drama, a lot of hate too when you're at a place like that.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Like Denver kind of, you know, it's so hard for an artist to make it out of Denver.
I think it has a combination of a lot of things. DJs, you know, a lot of politics and hood shit involved. So, you know, DJs don't want to spend someone who's from the west side, and they don't want to spend from somebody from the east side. You know, a lot of Bloods, Crips, you know, that kind of politics. Same thing on the West Coast pretty much goes on in Denver, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of that politics. I think people that know Denver know it's a violent place too, so hip hop clubs don't last long. They always get shot up, you know, like people get killed all the time, you know, like, so those kind of places don't last long. So I think that holds it back. And then the radio, you know, we didn't have really a hip hop radio station till recently.
Oh, really?
It was always like, I forget what they call it, top 40 rhythm or something.
More like pop, huh?
Yeah, they would play hip hop, but you know, they would, I mean, never play local music. Didn't matter how big local buzz you had, they wouldn't put you on no summer jams, no nothing, you know. Wow. So I think that has another thing to do with it. So, you know, I think in a combination. And then plus, no artist really made it. So when you try to tell another artist like, yo, you gotta invest money here, 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 they really don't understand it because they don't have someone that actually got up through there to be like, yo, you gotta invest, you know what I mean? So they just look at it like, oh, well, you know, in Atlanta, everyone, you know, helps each other out, or in Houston or in New York, everyone helps. Anyone that's out here knows that ain't the truth. Real shit. You know what I mean?
It's a common
like,
misconception about
it. It definitely ain't like that. You know, so, you know, that's pretty much it. Because I've tried to pay DJs out there, pay them, and they still won't. You know what I mean? They still won't spin a record. Oh no, I don't do that. I won't take no money. I ain't gonna spin no records. You know, I don't know if it's because they don't want the trouble. You know, I don't know what it is really, but you can't even pay a DJ to break a record out there.
That's wild, right?
You know, if you ain't from there, I bet you could. If you ain't from there, I bet you could. But being someone that's from there, and especially a street dude from there, they don't want to, you know, mess with it. You know, one station out there though was spinning my record. I don't even know how they got my radio cut, but they got my record on rotation right now, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, that's lit right there.
You know, now we got things like that moving, you know, so I think that's gonna help the city a lot.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the music scene here in Atlanta then?
I mean, the music scene is the music scene, you know, a lot of opportunity. You know, I like to, you know, work with a lot of different producers. So there's a lot of different producers here from a lot of different places. So, you know, I'm not really consider myself like, I don't really make like trap music like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, you can meet producers from everywhere down here, and everyone has, you know, different sides of the city down here is a whole different flavor. So I work with DJ Plugg a lot, honestly, all the time. So, you know, me and Plugg got a good relationship, and he knows every producer, you know, and every DJ, everybody really. So, you know, he just kind of plugs me in, you know what I mean? Just, that's my man right there.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Plugg, man. Such a good guy
Plugg
too, man.
He's a real one for sure.
So just kind of speak on that relationship, like how you was able to link with him and kind of build up that relationship.
I met Plugg through New Atlanta, iPromo, shout out iPromo. It was a long time ago, man, probably like 12, 13 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, that was when Plugg was skinny. That was skinny Plugg days with a big bobblehead. So, I mean, I met Plugg back then, and at that same time, I was cutting hair like 2 blocks from his studio. He had a studio over there in the West End, off of like Cascade. And when I hit him, he was like, well, come to the studio. And I was like, where's it at? It literally was like a block away from the barbershop I was cutting at. Like literally I looked down the street.
You could see it.
Yeah, and I was like, shit, I could be, like the bus stop where the school buses was here, I was cutting hair here, and he was on this corner, like literally 500 feet. And we started working. It just became a friendship, really. You know, and he always told me he liked how I stayed true to me. Like I didn't come down here and try to be Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I came down here and tried to just be me. You know, I'm not trying to follow no trends, nothing. Like, I like to be able, when you hear my music, it sounds different, you know what I mean? And so if it sounds different, that means obviously it's different. Nobody heard nobody from Denver, so. You know, and that's what he liked, you know what I mean? And then he got to know me, and he just started like sending me packs of beats that he knew that they were different for sure, but being different beats made it push me even harder, you know what I mean, to get in on that kind of different beats. You know, I've done, you know, his classic Flex God beats too, you know what I mean? And they're cool, but you know, it's not for me, you know, but I could get on them and do my thing, but you know, I leave that like T-Hood, he sounds good on those kind of beats, you know what I'm saying? And shout out T-Hood too. Yeah,
absolutely, man.
You know, but he makes me a whole different flavor of beats than everyone else, you know, so shout out Plugg. He's like my best friend now.
Okay.
You know, so now like, I go to his son's football games. He's been to my house and ate dinner in Denver at my kitchen table, you know what I'm saying? So shout out Plugg.
No, that's hard right there, man. And I like how you mentioned like how you stay true to yourself and your sound too, man. Because a lot of artists always want to follow the trends and everything, man.
Yeah, nah, I can't. I'm not trying to ride nobody's coattail, try to ride no waves, you know. A real one sets trends, he don't follow trends. And that's one thing, you know, I believe in, you know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of people oh, he's real, that, you know, they claim to be real, but everything they do is fake. They're following the next man, no matter what he does, they just follow him. That's fake, you know what I mean? So I think everything in the world is now backwards, you know what I'm saying? The new real is the old fake. And I'm old school, bro. I'm gonna stick to what I know no matter what, you know? So yeah, I try to stay me no matter what, you know. So it ain't for everybody, but it's all good, you know what I mean?
Yep, no, that's real. So when would you say you jumped off the porch in Denver? How old were you? Or did you even jump off in Illinois then?
Yeah, it was in Illinois, man. Okay. Like, I've been, you know, literally, I mean, I remember as a kid, I'd be microwaving eggs to eat, you know what I mean? Mom was drinking and out, and I didn't have no dad, so you know, they was microwaving eggs, and they try to lock me in the house so they can go out. I get out the house and be down the street playing, you know, staying at my friend's house young. And then when I moved to Denver, it was the same, you know, I was already getting older, but I mean, you know, growing up without no dad, a female can't hit you hard enough to make you straighten out. So, you know, I was with it young.
Did you have any siblings, or you only child?
I had a sister, but she passed away. My brother, he passed away too.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that.
Nah, it's like.
Yeah. So when you get out to Denver, was that an easy transition for you, coming from Illinois, or?
I wouldn't say it was a easy transition. It was definitely hard because when I started going to school there, you know, they looked at my other, you know, my problem record. So a lot of schools didn't mess with me a lot, you know what I mean? You know, I was always raised, you fight, you know what I mean? You don't let no one take nothing from you, you fight. You know, you don't let no one disrespect you, you fight. When I got out there, I was doing the same thing, and they weren't really on that timing like that. So next thing I know, it was assault case after assault case after assault case.
Oh, wow.
I didn't learn either. So I was like, shit. It was a little different, but you know, the street, it doesn't matter, no matter what hood you're in anywhere. I've been in a lot of different cities. Politics is politics, and you know, like if you stay out of there's certain politics that they got going on in that section, but you know the rules of the hood, you know, you be straight, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. I live on the west side of Denver. That's what I claim is the west side of Denver. That's where I'm from. And, you know, now most people don't even know I'm not even native to Colorado. They, you know what I mean? They
just took you as one of their own, huh?
You know, I am Denver now. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, there's still them one people, oh, he ain't even from here, whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? I put on for Denver more than people that's from Denver for real. Yeah. You know, so that's what it is. But yeah, this transition was a little different just for that, but everything else was the same. Okay. Same thing.
Did you finish school? Did you get kicked out? Did you drop out, or?
I got kicked out. I didn't finish school, but you know, I went. Can I turn that off? Mm-hmm. My fault. I thought I turned it off. But nah, I got kicked out. Too many fights, and then I went to what was it called? Alternative school, and that didn't work out too good. So I mean, I got kicked out of the alternative school, and then you know, I went and got my GED though.
Okay, there you go.
You know, when I started when I was in jail, when I was locked up as a juvenile, I started, and then when I got out, I was still focused on getting it no matter what. Yeah. So I got that, and then that's as far as I went in school though. I went and got my barber license though, but that ain't really nothing. I cheated my way through.
I didn't even know you could cheat your way through.
Oh yeah, I cheated right through barber school.
Do you still cut hair today, or?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. I owned a couple barber shops in Denver, but I sold them shits. It was just too much drama, too much attention. I sold them shits, but still, I cut hair sometimes. Okay. You know, for people that I really know. You know, but I don't try to cut hair like that no more.
I feel that, man. Yeah. So how'd you get into rapping? How old were you?
Young, because I remember like all my cousins and people in the projects in Illinois, they all raps. It was all like, back then I was a kid, you know, and it was like NWA was coming out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's pretty much the rap that was coming out when I was a kid, like Shawty though, you know, like 7, 8 years old, maybe younger, I don't know. And I just remember I just liked it. And I break danced, you know, I've always been a fat boy, but I could move when I was young, so I break dance, you know. I did that, you know, I did graffiti and all that, but rapping, I just, you know, it was just something that I loved doing. It was just like therapy as young, you know what I mean? And just writing, I just like to write. So, you know, I think the first project I dropped literally was like in 2002.
Okay.
So I've been dropping projects for like 20 years, for real.
Yeah. That's one thing I noticed. You've always been really consistent with dropping shit too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever missed a year in between that either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not all on DSPs, because obviously back then there wasn't
it was
no
just
DSP. But I mean,
straight hand to hand, or the mixtape sites back then.
Yeah, that's how I, you know, came into rapping. Was I remember the first time I pressed up a CD, man, it was like 7 G's, I think, for maybe 1,000 discs.
God damn.
Maybe. I don't even remember, but you had to buy a barcode, man. It was like, God damn. So you had to get out there and hustle for real, or you were losing. You were losing. So we just roll around with a beating system. You know, all the homies have beating systems. We was all getting money, so we jump in the car and take off. We go to little towns in Colorado. Like, that's how I learned Colorado, because I lived in Denver for a long time, never even went to the mountains. You know what I mean? So that's what got me kind of out of the city and started going around like Pueblos and Colorado Springs and, you know, stuff like that. And we go out there, little towns out by there, and just pull up and just start beating and selling CDs, going to state fairs and shit like that. But yeah, it was definitely, you had to hustle. But still now, I believe in the same thing. I believe in street promotion. I believe in flyers. You know, of course, CDs, nobody can do nothing with them. But I believe in that, you know. Ain't nothing like you driving down the street and you see a poster or something on every corner. You're going to be like, what the hell is this?
It's going to get your attention.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you start looking, bam, like, oh, shit, you know. Eventually, you're gonna see it and listen to it, because you done seen it all the time. So I still believe in that. Yeah. For real, I think there ain't nothing realer, back to real shit, than actually putting something in somebody's hand, an actual flyer, whether they throw it on the ground or not. You put that flyer in the same dude's hand, when he sees you 5, 6 times, eventually he's gonna scan that code and listen to you. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, it's whatever. I still believe in that.
Yeah, real shit. What's your thoughts on streaming and how it pays out?
It's booty. That shit's booty.
Yeah, it's like, it's weird how you gotta do what, like millions of streams and barely make $100, $1,000.
You know, I think my Spotify did about $500,000 this year, and I haven't even checked what it made yet. Really, don't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever, you know. But streaming, that sucks. But there's a lot of other ways you can make it up, though.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nowadays, so, you know, it's, you know, either way. But paying $7 a CD back then, you had to get 10 or more.
Yep. And
trying to sell somebody a $10 CD
without them even hearing
without them hearing it, it's like, what? They ain't trying to spend. So there'd be times where I'd be like, well, give me 5 then. You know what I mean? Just to get something back.
Real shit.
But there was times people would just throw me a dub.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, my first album, I knew I had to have something attractive for them. Like I said, it was like 2002, so I put Rappin' Forte on there.
Okay.
And being out there, you know, kind of by the West Coast, Colorado's, a lot of people consider it the West Coast anyway. But being out there, you know, that really caught a lot of people's eyes, so it wasn't too hard to sell them.
Yeah.
It wasn't too hard. It was pretty easy, honestly. Oh, you got Forte on there? Yeah.
That'll make someone want to check it out.
Yeah, they buy it. So you know, that was cool.
Yeah. How'd you come up with your rap name?
From the streets. I was on go, you know, Attack. So they just started calling me Attack because I was always, you know, like I said, I caught a lot of assault charges. And then Attack just turned into that, and then into graffiti and writing, and it just stuck. You know what I mean? It just stuck.
Yeah, I feel that. And what's your creative process like? Do you write? Do you punch in, or both?
Both. I do both. I like to write. Like I said earlier, I like to write. I don't write any hooks. I won't write any hook. And it has to be quick. Like, I'm not the type of person that can hear a beat and listen to it 20 times. Like, I have to hear a beat. Like, now, you put on a beat, I'll be like, next, you know, next. And I'll give it about 30 seconds to ride through. And when I hear the beat drop, if I don't start catching a vibe, then it's next. But as soon as I catch a vibe, boom, I'll have the hook down, you know, in a couple minutes, you know, and then after that, I'll write or I'll punch in. Just depends on how I'm feeling, really.
Okay.
I like to write more. I like to write more because punching in kind of starts getting on my nerves a little bit. I like to write more, but I have like my speech a little messed up from when I got shot in the face. So sometimes when I'm punching in, my words don't come out like I want to. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that gets on my nerves when I'm punching in. But usually, either or. You know what I mean? If I get the hook and I'm still vibing, I'll just keep going. You know, I won't even come out the booth. I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
But if I get the hook and I'm vibing and the hook is real strong and I feel like I need to write, then I'll just come out the booth and I'll write. But any song I do, any song, even if it's just me, it ain't gonna take over no half hour, 45 minutes to write and drop for sure.
Okay.
Because the longer I go, the more I'm not gonna like it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always like on go, so it has to be quick, it has to be spontaneous, it has to be a vibe. That's what people want to hear. You know what I mean? If you're sitting there thinking about every little thing you're gonna say, people ain't gonna feel that. People ain't gonna feel that. They're gonna be like, man, you know, any story I'm telling, that shit should come out right away. I shouldn't have to think about a story. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like I just tell the story and how it comes out, you know? So either or.
Okay, I got you. How old were you when you got shot in the face?
It was probably like 10 years ago.
Wow.
10 years ago. It's been a couple times though. I've been shot a couple times.
Shoot.
You know what I mean? Like, ain't no glory in the streets. That's why I don't think people understand. Like, it ain't nothing to glorify either. You know what I mean? Like, I usually try not to even bring it up in like my bios and shit like that. My publicity always trying, oh, you need to talk about this. Yeah. But when it really happens and you're on the other end of that, that's just something you don't like to really talk about. You know what I mean? Because my brother died. You know what I'm saying? I got shot in the face. He died. And I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? So for anyone young that's listening to that, bro, you never know. You could be the baddest motherfucker, and when they want to get you, they're gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, it ain't about lacking, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they want you, they're gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it ain't nothing to glorify for real.
Yeah. How did that incident like change your perspective on life then?
Like I said, there's been like a couple incidences. I got probably about 7 bullet holes in my body altogether. Sure. But first time it made me real angry, for real, because I lost my brother and I was still here. There's a lot of times that I wish that he'd have took me and not him. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if anyone deserved it, it would have been me over him. You know what I mean? Certainly don't fear death. You know what I mean? Like that's way gone. I don't fear death. You know what I mean? If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. You know, the last time was a little more changing, you know what I mean? It made me feel like ain't never safe, no matter what. You know what I mean? So, you know, made me mean, strong. You know, when you get, you know, you go through so many emotions when you're trying to get back. When you're really hurt, you know what I mean? It ain't just a flesh wound. You really got steps to get back right. There's so many emotions that goes on with that. You know what I mean? You get angry, you get mad, you know. People who say they ain't scared is a damn lie. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really say scared, but like vulnerable. Because when you're healing, you know you're vulnerable. You know what I mean? You ain't on your whole 10. So, you know, when you're healing, you know, that's why I say scared. You go to the store or something, you're all hurt and gimped up. Yeah, you might have the pole and be ready, but you still ain't on your 10. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, it'll change you for sure. I don't care who it is. That shit'll change you. You know, change how you move for sure. If it don't, I don't know, you know. But still ain't nothing to glorify for real.
Yeah, nah, real shit, man. So you just dropped the song Dope Boy with Shawty Lo, man.
Shawty Lo.
How'd you get that verse, man? How'd that come about?
Oh man. That came about when Shawty Lo was with GME for that little short period before he passed away. Okay. You know, they put it together for me at the GME because I had a record with Kwani Cash before he went to jail. Yeah. Me and Pops was cool, and they just put it together. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I want to do a track with Elo. You know what I mean? West Side, real West Side shit. So, and I'm on the same timing, you know what I mean? So they put it together. Elo, when he heard it, you know, was like, oh man, this is dope. We was gonna shoot a video, we didn't get to that. But you know, I wanna find someone who can do a cartoon video or something, like an animated video. Just yeah. But yeah, it's a good, you know, and I didn't really wanna put it out, you know, cause I'm not the one, like I said, I ain't trying to like capitalize off a bad situation. You know what I mean? And I know there's people that like to capitalize off that shit. I ain't one of them, you know what I mean? So I kind of waited, and then I felt like it was a good time to put it out. And I had Bobby Critical remake a beat to make it real nice. And yeah, it's a banger for sure. Yeah,
no, I fuck with it, man. That shit hard.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And what about Big Bag with VL Deck, man? So you just put that one out too.
Yeah. Shout out VL Deck. That one came about, I just, you know, I always, you know, me and Belly Sosa are tight, you know what I mean? And I had a track with Trouble, you know what I mean? They're all from the same crew, you know what I mean? And I just seen him, Deck was he's going in right now, bro. And I told Plugg, I was like, bro, holla at Deck, man. Let's see if we can get VL Deck on something. And he came through. Yeah. He came through with it.
Yeah, I fuck with that record too, man. And VL Deck, he's solid all the way around too.
Oh yeah.
Man. That's my boy right
He's
there.
a real one, you know, like, usually when real recognize real, you know what I mean? And I didn't even tell him that, you know, I fuck with Belly Sosa and Trouble like that, you know what I mean? He just came in and then I remember Sosa hit me like, hey bro, why didn't you tell me you was with VL? And I was like, you know, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't no name dropper, so, you know what I'm saying? But he's a good dude, bro, solid type of people that I like to mess with. You know what I mean? What you see is what you get, and that's the kind of person I am. Next time you see me, he's gonna be the same person. You know what I mean? I don't like that weirdo shit, and I work with stand-up people always.
Yeah, no, that's real. All right, so Stronger Than My Demons. Talk about this project, and first off, you can just kind of break down that title, why you chose that title.
Man, just being stronger than your demons. There's a lot of shit that it wants to pull you back and pull you into the hate and the, you know, all the ugliness, you know what I mean? And I don't hate on nobody. I get a lot of hate, and there's a lot of people who don't mess with me, and I'll still post a record if I think it's a fire record. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter. Like, just being stronger than your demons, And that's what I'm on right now. Like my last project, Plugg, produced the whole thing. And there was a lot of records that I was making at the time that Plugg didn't produce. That are fire records. And this has all been in the span of the last year. So it's all being done right here in Atlanta. But it was more about like just being stronger than everything that's trying to take you down. Whether it's your haters, you know what I'm saying, your doubters, or just your demons for real. You know what I mean? Like bad energy, you know, all that. Just being stronger than that and being able to, like, when you hear the project, you'll hear songs that'll be like, oh, now I know what he's talking about. Now I know where he got that. Yeah. Because it don't, like, I'm being happy. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't too many people that can say they've been through more real life shit than I have. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still gonna be happy every day I wake up. Well, I'm happy. And that's being stronger than your demons, bro. Doesn't matter if today's my last day, I'm gonna be happy when I go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about right there. Just being stronger than the demons, taking every day for what it's worth, being strong no matter what. So that's what it's about.
I fuck with that too, man. I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to my music anyway because it's all gonna come from a real place. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever the topic I am talking about is from a real place. You know, I don't really. Anyone who follows my music knows what I'm talking about. If you don't follow my music, you get some real content for sure.
I dig that, man. So who are some of the producers you work with on this project then?
Plugg, Bobby Critical, the young dude named Sway G that I met. And dude is dope, man. He's a young dude and he's dope. And he did a lot of beats too. Who else? I think that's about it, bro. Oh, my man Sean on the beat. He's another one of the Flex guys, you know. Okay. He's another one of Plugg's producers. He did some. Sean on the beat. Shout out Sean on the beat, bro. He gave me some fire, bro. Real talk. The last year, without whatever's on here, I still got another 80 tracks I recorded this year. So. Oh, wow. So like I got different vibes, bro. So, and Sean knows what I'm talking about. He sent me some crazy stuff, bro. Crazy. He's dope. Sean, look up Sean. He's dope, man. He's a Flex guy. Sean on the beat, yo. Okay.
Do you know what the next video is gonna be? Do you already got some tucked away?
Well, I got the next video, Stronger Than My Demons.
Okay.
I don't even know if I'm gonna put the track on the project, because it really don't fit the vibe, but it fits what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? If it is the title track, I'll put it the first or last track. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to put it on there. But it's dope. The video's done. I'm just waiting to drop it. Then after that, I'm gonna start working on my solo singles. Okay. I got a couple good ones. A couple real good ones, and I'm gonna try to shoot those here pretty soon.
Okay. Talk about the grind that comes with being an independent artist in the game right now.
Man, better have that money right. Better have your money right, and watch who you work with. Because just as much as there is, you know, there's more finessing motherfuckers than there is real ones that are really gonna do what they say. So, shit. Keep grinding, you know what I mean? You know, put some money up. Put some money up. When you get some money, you put some away, you put some for promotion, and you put some for you to spend and enjoy. But always keep that pillow, you know, let that pillow keep growing, because, you know, anyone that knows independent music knows shit can get hard real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So put your money away for your pillow, like your parachute. That's what I call it, my parachute money. So if I fall, I got a parachute. You know, put some back into your promotion and, you know, going on to your next project. And then you have your money that you spend and you enjoy. And I would say what you spend and you enjoy should only be about a third of what you brought in, if that. You know what I mean?
No, that's smart right there.
You know, one thing about in being an independent artist, live by your means. You know, you don't get just because you got a little bag don't mean you want to go spend it all on jewelry. You know, quit trying to keep up with an artist that's signed when he probably ain't even spending his own money. He's gonna owe so much money by the time he's done with it. You know what I mean?
Real shit.
Live by your own means, bro. Like I might not got the biggest chain, but my shit's shining. It's real. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's the whole game right there. Live, you know, put that money up. Don't spend too much. Yeah. And shit, keep it going. Stay consistent. You know what I mean? Stay consistent. Keep working. Because I think another thing independent artists do is they get a little buzz and they quit working. You know what I mean? They want to start doing shows or running around jumping on tours. For some that might work. For me, it never really did. You know what I mean? For me, it's more about stay consistent. Them shows will come for you. You know what I mean? That little bit of money you're gonna make, you might make a little bit going on the road, but then you come back and your whole buzz done fell off on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no streams, you ain't getting no nothing, you know, your merch. Yeah, you could sell a little bit on the road, but I mean, I don't know. That's what works for me. Yeah. Just staying consistent, man, putting that money up. You know, don't spend too much.
No, that's solid advice right there. So 2023, right around the corner. What's the plans? What's some goals you got set for yourself?
Man, we trying to get up through there. The Stronger Than My Demons. Swamp Izzo's gonna he's gonna host the tape.
Okay.
So me and Swamp are gonna put that. I was gonna try to get it out before the first of the year, but just with everything going on, like it came quick. So I think I'm gonna put it out right away in January though. And just keep pushing, man. My goal is to be in every day I want to be in a better place than I am today. So next year I want to be in a better place than I am right now. You know, so just keep going up. You know, the downs are gonna come, but they ain't gonna take me down. You know, it doesn't matter how many downs I get, my up's gonna be higher than it is right now. You know what I'm saying? That's my only goal. You know, make sure the family's good. You know, as long as my family's good, my kids are good, I'm good. Yeah. You know, so that's the goal. And they gotta be better. Got to be better next year than we are today, or else what the hell we even doing this for?
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is right there, though.
Yeah. What has being a father taught you about life?
Oh man, it's precious. Life's precious, bro. Like, being a father is like probably the best thing that ever happened to me. You know what I mean? Like, I got 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me, bro. It's precious. It's fragile. Life is just, you know, if I die tomorrow, who's gonna take care of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a real man. Ain't wasn't no other man ever gonna raise my kids. I didn't have no dad, so that wasn't gonna happen. So it didn't matter if my baby moms was with another dude or not. It didn't matter because I was gonna be the dad. You feel me? And being a father is the best thing I think any man could be. If you call yourself a man, you got a kid, and you ain't there for your kid, bro, you ain't no man. You know, you can't call yourself a man if you ain't taking care of your kids. So that did the most for me right there. I learned how to be a dad every day. Yeah. Nobody taught me how to be a dad, but sometimes I might not be a great dad. I don't know. I don't know how to judge it, but I know I'm doing whatever feels right, you know, so that's the best thing, man. Kids is the blessing, biggest blessing ever.
Amen, man. Yeah. All right, Atak, you got a shout out you like to give before we wrap it up here, man?
Man, I'd like to shout out Sideways Sound, my man Pierre. Shout out Dirty Glove Bastard. Shout out DJ Plugg, Bobby Critical. Shout out Traps and Trunks for always rocking with me and pushing. Man, shout out to DJ Swamp Izzo. Shout out DJ Symes Carter. Man, all of Denver, West Denver, of course. via Porch. You know, all my dogs, you know what time they are. You know, I got so many shout outs, bro. But, you know, you know.
There's a lot of people that helped you on this journey, man.
Yeah, man. I could say I did it on myself, but you know, that shit ain't right. You know, but, you know, shout out my kids, you know, everybody, man. God, #1. Just, you know, shout out to everybody. I'm just appreciative to be sitting on this porch. You know what I mean? Get this interview, so, yup.
Yeah, I got that devil on my left and the angel on my right. This game that took a toll and I can't sleep at night. 30 visions in my head.